Hello everyone. I just started a YouTube channel, so I'm going to post my first video. This will be my first video, and it's on making and selling junk journals. I'm going to start selling my junk journals that I have made, and then I'm going to also post videos on how to make them, how to decorate them, and so forth. So we'll move on to some of the ones that I have made and what I've made them out of. Now this little junk journal here is made out of Amazon packaging. It's a cute little junk journal, and this one would be $25 if it's sold. But I've made all kinds of pockets. This here is made out of a napkin that I've glued, and it is a pocket that has space there to tuck things. All kinds of tucks that I've made, corner tucks. And most of the stuff I make is all homemade. Everything, not everything, but most of the things I come up with. These are scrap papers, and I just made a tuck there. This is a little pockets that I've made out of cardstock. And this is a top tuck, and I've put a postcard in. And there's different spots to write. This is made out of a Lindor's chocolate bag. The little Lindor's that you get chocolates in, the little round balls. And it's got two different tucks, one in the back. And then the window tuck here, you can put something in. And just flip through. I make my own coffee dyed paper. This is not mine. This here is a envelope that I have cut an opening in and slid it on the page and made tucks, and it also wraps around to the next page. And then this is a tuck that I've tucked writing paper in, just made out of scrap pieces of paper. And here's a little envelope that I have glued, and it has and this is an old envelope, and then I did some stamping on it. And more tucks. This was made out of just scraps that I glued together and made a tuck for a piece of paper here. And this tuck here is made out of lace, and then a piece of ribbon, an extra piece of ribbon. And then I made one of these just out of cardboard, a tag, a large one of those tag things. And then on the back you can write, and then it tucks back in under there. This is another glued napkin. I love this napkin because it had the bicycle on it. And this is just a tuck that I've made, and then I'll put a sticker on it. And this is a stamp that makes the lines you can write on. I really enjoy making these and selling them. Here's a little tag that's put in there. Makes a little pocket, and then writing space up here. And this here is another envelope that I have glued down the envelope opening, and then glued this part on here. And then there's a tuck here. And then when you open it this way, there's a place to write. And then another tuck here. And like I said, this one is made out of this. So you can make junk journals just out of just about anything. The next one I'm going to show you. This one is also $25. And it is made out of Amazon bubble wrap that you get your packages in. And it's a cute little one also. When you open it up, I've made this out of cardstock. It is a place to tuck things. And you've got like 1, 2, and then if you flip it over, 3, 4 different places to tuck these cards that I made out of paper that I copy. You can get those online, or if you watch Scrapbooking with Me, she sells a lot of this stuff, pages, and so does Pam at the Paper Outpost. I love those two ladies, so shout out to those two ladies. And this just clips in your junk journal like that. And then when you flip it over, I have made a hidden paper clip that says smile, and there's a card there. And then this is a tuck made out of a piece of leftover flour. that I had been cutting out, and I just made a tuck there and put a postcard in it. And then I used ledger paper. This here is a dress I made out of a napkin. I made it on an old book page that I save. I always save all my book pages. And then it flips up and you can write on this paper. So it is a hidden thing to write on. There's a lot of space in here to write on. As you can see, here's another tuck made out of an old piece of paper. And I've inked the edges and put a little card in there. Here is another tuck. And it has a card that you can pull out, pull down, and write in. And then tuck. And you can take these out that's in these books and add your own. You can add more. There's space in here to add more tucks. Whatever you would want to add to your journal. Here's another tuck made out of half a circle. And it says amazing. And it has another card that I'll put in there for you to write on. And it opens up and you can write on it. And like I said, you can put whatever you want in these books. I enjoy making them. I have sold a few to friends and family and thought I'd better get online and start selling more. This here is off of a calendar. I just love our American flag, so I had incorporated it. I save everything and use everything, every piece of scrap. This is another scrap that I made, a bottom tuck. And like I said, there's all kinds. These are my homemade coffee dyed. I do my own coffee dyeing. It's really easy. And these here are copies. I copy them on cardstock. You can buy cardstock at Walmart. And here's a tuck that's made out of 2 circles. 2 half circles. And you can tuck one under here, like so. And then one under this circle, like so. So you have somewhere to put those. And this is made out of an old, it's one of the books, pages, but it had an advertisement in it. And I cut it out and made a tuck. And then on the other advertisement, I cut out. And then I just made a writing card out of it. And this here is made out of a book page. And I'm just folded it up, glued the edges together, and then made 2 different tucks. And added cards to those. And decorations. And you can make these junk journals, like I'm showing you here, out of just about anything. And here's another half circles where you can tuck one here and then one here. And that is the end of this one. And I covered them with material, trimmed it in a little bit of lace. And like I said, this one, 25 also, and made out of bubble wrap. Now this book here is made out of a regular book. And I don't know where I put it, but this is made out of a book. And I cut the pages out, which I'll show you here, and this one. The next ones I'm going to show you, these are $75. And I make them out of a regular book. And what I do is I cut the page, this whole book out. I cut the whole book. I cut it out. And then I measure the little opening here and cut a piece of cardboard that fits in here. This here is what you will sew, that I sew the signatures to, and then glue back in here, and that makes your pages, which is what I did here in this book here, which is really pretty. I also add the metal corners on these books here. And then I added some lace. And the signatures are sewed. These pages are called signatures. They are sewed to the cardboard. And this book here has, I believe, 5 signatures in it. And I made a little picture frame here with a pretty pink house here. And this one is also full of all kinds of things. This is a tuck that I made. And it's also, I used the card that I cut off. And this one is also full of all kinds. This is a homemade envelope that I've made. You've got to tuck in the back. And when you open it up, you also have a space and there's a card in there. And I filled this one with the see-through paper. So you can see through this page, and when you turn it, you can also see this page. And then more tucks. This is made out of scrap piece left from a folder, a file folder. Like, and this is a bag that I got 5, and I think there was 12 of them for $1. And then I just glued rows here. It has like you can write on it, chalk. And then I just made these pretty cards here and tucked in there. And these are cute little pages. And there's plenty of room in here for you to add your own things too. Here is a triangle tuck. Also, I've added these pretty little pages. And in this one, each middle of the signature has a charm. This one has an angel. And these are more homemade tucks that I've made. And I also did some stenciling here. So these would go in here. In this little tuck here. And I've glued this little piece here where you can also write on what you've put in there or whatever you want. This is made out of a scrap piece of cardstock that I had left. I don't like to, and these are also scrap pieces that I had left. So I just make tucks. And I have put cards in here for you already. But you can replace them with your own. Do whatever you want. Here's another tuck that was made out of a scrap piece of paper. And I've just tucked a pretty little flower card in there with lacy trim around it. And then I glued one here. Put a little piece right here. And here is the see-through paper. It's sort of like your sketching paper. You know, when you was a kid, you can flip it and see this. And also see to the other side. I just thought it was a cool idea. Like I said, this book is full of pretty things. This one has a charm in the middle. And it is a butterfly. It's got a cute little, you can see it, butterfly charm. And more tucks. And more. This is homemade. This is a homemade tuck, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places to tuck your cards in. Like I said, I love making them. These, I love them so much. And each one has a pretty theme page when you open them. And again, out of scrap, I've made a bottom tuck here to put your stuff in. More tucks. This has beautiful butterfly cards that I've added in them. Each one has a card. And this center, somewhere, also has a charm in it. And this charm is a heart. And the center of this book is a heart. And then this one is also made out of the Lindor's chocolates, and I added butterflies, and it also has 2 places where you can tuck signatures in. And then I made this cute little notebook out of scraps and glued it in there. Cute little, you can write little notes. And this is a homemade envelope out of cardstock. You open it up. There's a card in there, and then you have a tuck behind it. And then I have added a butterfly sticker. Another cute little tuck made out of scraps. I just love the shape of that one. I thought I'm going to use it. And then this last signature has a little owl charm. If you can see it. A little owl. It's a little owl charm. So cute. And these are little homemade, sort of looks like a brown bag that I made. And then out of the leftover, I made a card here. And then this is a postcard. And then in the back, here's another cardstock, and then the leftover I made a card for. And then this one has the framed little pink house. So this one is $75. All these made out of the hard books that I'm showing you is $75. This one, up next, this one here is made out of a felt folder, a green one. So like I said, you can make these out of anything. And this one here is $30. And it is also filled with all kinds of goodies and pockets. Pockets here, coffee dyed paper, all kinds of goodies. This here is another envelope that I did on this other one I just showed you, that I cut the side out, made a triangle and cut one side out, and then I slipped it over this page and glued it. So it has, you open it, and then when you flip it, also comes around to this page. And this one I made out of cardstock. I didn't even make it out of an envelope. This one's made out of cardstock. So you can make them out of anything. And I have it decorated. And here's some more of the tracing paper, so you can see on both sides. And this here is made out of this pocket. This pocket here that I've decorated with the flowers is made out of tissue box. A friend of mine that we volunteer at the food pantry, she saves me, she cuts these out and saves me the tissue box things, and I use them up. So I do, I use them up. And here's another side tuck that I've made in this one. And this here is, this paper was dyed with beet juice. It's a little pale. And here's another little tuck that I made out of a piece of paper, and I inked it with pink ink. A little side tuck, and got little cards to write on in there. Like I said, this made out of an envelope. This here's an envelope, and when you flip it this way, there's the other part of the envelope. And then you open it up, and you have a spot to write. So, and here's another one of the ways I use the flower as a tuck on here. So, I just, like I said, coffee dyed. All kinds of tucks are in here. This is made out of a book page. These, and it's got all kinds of things tucked in it. And the last signature. Here's another way to use the tissue box. This is the top of the tissue box. And I use it as a window. And it's got the flower in there, as you can see. And this one, and then behind it is, and I glued it on this little piece here. So another way to purpose, you can use anything in your junk journals. This is the top of a tissue box, and I just replaced it with a seafood film, and there we go. It's using what you have, and I do use everything I have. This is a tissue box pocket as well, that you can stuff your goodies in. And still in the back, we have the ribbon that I've used as a tuck and put some cards in. And this one is $30. And it's made out of, like I said, the felt folder. This one I called Cabin in the Woods. I love this one. I really didn't want to get rid of it, but I love it. So it's for sale for $75 as well. And it has a tie here. It closes it. And they're all stuffed. They are really stuffed. I mean, I don't hold back in the stuffing. And this one has 1, 2, 3, 4 signatures in it. And it has the smaller metal on there. And we'll just do a quick. So I've wrapped the material around to this side and made a tuck here to tuck things. And then there's a tuck here. And we'll just do a This here is also homemade. And when you flip this over, this opens up. And this was made out of a calendar page. And when you flip this, you got a place to write in here. And then the top of this is opened where it has a place to tuck things. So we'll do a quick flip through on this one. This has my homemade coffee dyed paper. And I will be dyeing some of these later on, and I will have them on sale as well, the coffee dyed papers, if anyone does their own junk journals. But I'm just getting started. I haven't got my SB store open or my Go Imagine store set up yet. So right now I'm doing this on YouTube and Facebook. So here's another homemade tuck. And it has 5 different tucks in it. And it's got cards. I put cards in every one. And this is also, this here has calendar pictures in it that I liked and incorporated. This is a little boy sitting here on the pier, fishing off the pier. And then here's the deer. And this here is, got the forest tucks. They said this one is Cabin in the Woods. And I just love it. And this here, I just glued a paper to write on and decorated it. More of a cabin-y feel. As you can see, throughout this book has the Cabin in the Woods theme. And this is also a tuck that has a tag up here. And more beautiful pictures as we go along. And like I said, you can add your own tucks. You can write on these, glue pictures on these, glue more pockets if you want. I will be doing videos and sharing on how to make these pockets and add them. This is a little wolf card here. Or a fox. It's not a wolf, it's a fox. And more of the Cabin in the Woods theme throughout this book. Beautiful lake themes. This is also another pocket that I made. It has the birds and it has the forest. I just love camping. I love cabins. This here is 2 little tucks that I made out of the top of the envelopes. And you can pull these out and these open, these little cards. They open up to write on. And then they just slip back in the little envelope. The ones you can stick down. More beautiful cabin pictures. This is just a side tuck that has the little mushrooms and trees. There's just so much to these. Just a lot. A lot of love goes into my books. I do love making them. And it's hard to part with them. So, yeah, I do a lot of love. This here is called a birthday cake. I don't know why it's called that. Pam at the Paper Outpost had a video on this, and I just love the idea. Each little button you pull up has a spot to write on. And I just love this idea. It's really pretty. And it's a good way to use up the book pages. I don't throw the book pages away that I do my books in. I keep them. I reuse them. And like I said, here's more of the woodsy scenes. And this here is also a tuck. Has the card in it that you can write on. And it actually, I cut this piece off and then use this piece as a card. So it sort of matches. And then more tucks and more cards. And another beautiful mountain scene. And this is another tuck with a card. It's a corner tuck. And I love that. I love it, love it, love it. You can see the cabin, the old cabin up here. Oh, what I would give to live there. Just love it. Give me a cabin far away in the woods and I would be happy, happy, happy. And then here is the back, and it's got the material that wrapped around. And this one ties shut. just like that. All right, we have two more to go through. All right, these two tied together with a ribbon. Use the same material. I have different material for, I'm going to do a video on making a book. I have the one I showed you that I have cut the pages out already. But these here you can untie. They are tied and they are stuffed. And this one here is sort of got a sort of a love theme, I guess you would say. And it too is 4 things. This is a hidden paper clip that I make and put in here. Little tucks. This is a card. It's tucked up in there. Like I said, it has plenty of pages to do your journaling on. This here is a tuck made out of, I don't know if you can see that. It's a lace. It's see-through. It's real fine lacy. And it's a pocket. And this is a pocket made out of a magazine. It's got 5 different places to tuck things. And here's another signature. And it's another hidden paper clip with a card that I made. And this here is an envelope. This here is not an envelope. This here is a little writing pad that I have clipped up underneath the other side of the hidden paper clip. And when you open it up, you've got papers to write on. And then you just close it. And I like the pretty little girl that's on there. Isn't she pretty? I think she's gorgeous. And then I decorated the back. But it just slides up under this paper clip. And you have a cute little notepad. I don't know. I don't think I've used any coffee dye in this one. Just a lot of... And here's I stenciled it, a pocket I made out of cardstock, and I just folded it up, and I used my circle punch to punch little things in there so you could open it. This is a cute little one made out of a book page, and it has tucks for little things, and I have put, and I've got added little stickers that you could put. Here's a little pocket I made. I love it. Little envelope I made, and it has 2 little girls on there and the ties on it. And then I like the little danglies. I added danglies to this one. This here is made out of, and it just sits in there. Just, you can clip it in so you can take it out. This is made out of 2 envelopes. One of the big bill envelopes, the bigger envelopes here. And then inside I have sewed a smaller envelope. And then I cover them. And they have tucks in them, little cards that I have made. And glued the index cards to the back. So this has 4 different tucks in it. Like I said, I'm new to this, so. And then you can just pin it in there or set it in here. And move, flipping through a little bit more. This is made out of an envelope. And further in here, unless I missed it somewhere in our thing. This, the whole envelope is in here. But when you lift this up, underneath this button is a space to write. And then you can close it back up. Stick it under the button. And then back here, you have a card. And then more tucks and more. This is a hidden paper clip. And a corner tuck. And another hidden paper clip that I've made. And this is the other part of the envelope. The V I just showed you that opens up with the button. This is the envelope that I made it out of. And it comes out. It's stuck on here with a hidden paper clip. And you can pull it out. But it also has papers in there or little things for you to write on. Here is more. I love this old postcard. Here is another of those little writing pads that I've made that you can pull off of here, write in, and put it back up in that. And it is also on a hidden paper clip that I've made. And then there's another corner tuck with a beautiful lady. I like using these beautiful ladies. And that is this one. And it ties shut with this. This is the smaller version. And like I say, I do add the metal corners. I think they make them look so cute. And this one I left a little frayly at the top. Makes it look a little older. And it unties. And it's a smaller book. And we'll take a peek in this one. And this here is some of the coffee dyed stencils I did. I would lay the stencil down and spray my coffee out of a spray bottle onto these. So these are homemade papers in this. And this here is blue dye that I used to stencil and dye these. They got, I don't know if you can see them, birds. And then here's, this is a tuck made out of using the book page. Also reused book page for a bunch of tucks here. This is the half circle used a different way. And a tuck there. And this is a homemade. I drawed on this one. Made little flowers and made a card you can write on. Like I said, there's plenty of space. This is more of the dyed paper. It's got a butterfly that I sprayed the blue dye on. And there's the coffee dyed stencil that I did. And this in here comes off, and it's a tower that's got all kinds of stuff tucks in it. And I tucked little stickers in this tower of tucks. And here's a little origami envelope, homemade, that I made. And the half circle tuck, homemade pockets. This one wraps around, as you can see, wraps around the page. More of the beat dyed paper. Another hidden paper clip that I've made. And then on this side has the same as the other one. This is made out of the two envelopes. This one here. And I have clipped it in here. And it has 4 different places to put your stuff. And here is another hidden paper clip with a little card I've made. Half circle with cards I've put in there for you. This is another origami envelope that I've made that you open up and you can put your things in there. Pretty simple. More tucks, more cards. Pretty little ladies. I love the lady cards. Love them. This is a cute little tuck. And it has teeny weeny cards that I put in there. So cute, so cute. And there you go. And these bigger books like this are $75. So these are $75. So I hope you enjoyed this. I will be doing more videos to show you how I make these and how to decorate, how to make some of the pockets. And like I said, stay tuned. I may have coffee dyed paper for sale so you can make your own. So enjoy your day. Love you all. Bye-bye.